Here in the UK, we've had particularly bad weather for the last few months, I would say. Apparently it's not just us that are suffering from it, but companies are suffering from it too. In particular, the one that I've spent ages to find, sifting through 100 companies. Stay tuned. Hi guys, it's your favourite YouTuber, Dami Solaru, and you're watching DS Learning Finance. I'm not gonna dance. Whoa. Just can't help it. Yes. On the 2nd of May, popped some exquisite news about Directline. You know Directline, the company that took me ages to find as a potential investment? Yeah, them. Apparently they've received a 5% drop in the total gross premiums over the last quarter of this year, and it's accumulated to a net total of £50 million in terms of claims that they've had to pay for. Where do I start? Initially, I was quite shocked to find out that something as simple as the weather could affect a company of Directline's stature in such a manner, but when you sit back and think about it, it does make a lot of sense. When I think about how many times I've driven through that horrible weather that we've just gotten through now, how many times have I driven through on the motorway and seen cars break down, seen cars even get in collisions, and seen cars even crash into poles and stuff? It's been crazy. My deepest apologies and heart goes out to those of you with rear wheel cars. It's a struggle in that snowy weather. It's a struggle to say the least. No shots fired, BMW. So you guys hear something? So the maintenance costs around that sort of period that we just left from would have been generally higher compared to any other time of the year, and therefore someone has to pay for it. Ultimately it leads to Directline. They would have to fork up their money and pay for all of those claims basically, and ultimately that eats into their profits, and it meant that they had to deal with a hefty charge, a £50 million claims charge in total. But yeah, it's peak. All in all, this meant that Directline had to increase the insurance premiums. In particular, it's gone up by 2.2% just looking at car insurance. So to basically accommodate for this charge. Initially, you would think that this is gonna completely get rid of customers and whatnot. But if you sit back and analyze it, you'll realize that this can actually play out into Directline's advantage in the long run. The reason is because Directline and their competitors, they're having to obviously increase their premiums to accommodate for this. Bear in mind, this is not just happening to Directline, this is happening to all the companies across the board with car insurance in particular. So they're all going to have to increase their premiums. But here's where the advantage comes into play. Because we all know that we can't live without our cars. Yes. We all know that we have to have insurance. Yes. Because we're doing it legally. Yes. Okay. You're good. So car insurance is one of those fundamental things that customers can't live without. So they're having to experience all these increased amounts, and they're going to have to pay for it because we can't live without our cars simply. So with that said, it can pay out into Directline's advantage because we've gone past the hard period now. All that's left in front of us is spring and summer right now, and you do have autumn and winter, but that's far in the horizon. But as for the next coming months, it's smooth sailing for Directline. So what that essentially means is they've been allowed to justify bumping up their prices to accommodate for this snowy weather, but yet they're going to reap that benefit not having to work as hard. So it means that Directline, they can keep their costs as low as possible, and now that their prices are increased, they've got a bigger difference, they've got a bigger profit to basically have. So yeah, it's good times for insurance companies when you think about it in the long run. And this, coupled with the fact that Directline made a £434 million profit after tax last year, whew, it means that yes, this £50 million charge is going to be, it's a hefty amount. Whether you're a $1 billion company or a $1 million company, it's a lot of money. But it just means that they'll find it easier, relatively easier, to bounce back from it. And that gives me a lot of confidence in the company, because it means that when times get hard, they're able to bounce back from it. This is a classic scenario of the sort of events that will occur as you invest in stocks in the stock market. It's typical. This sort of stuff happens on a daily basis. And my reaction to it, which was anger, frustration, more of that. But yeah, my reaction to it, what may have been all of those emotions combined together, it's perfectly expected because you're only human. But the key difference is you need to be able to use those emotions to benefit you in the long run and your investment in the long run. So that anger and frustration made me want to sit back and find out, okay, why are they receiving this 50 million charge? And what does that actually mean for them in the long run? And therefore it actually has improved, made me more confident in the company. There's one video that I've done focusing on how to control your emotions in the stock market. If you guys haven't checked it out, or you may have checked it out already, I suggest you give it a go again. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here for you guys, so click on it. So you've got to be able to think on your feet and really control your emotions and use it for the better of your investment. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share. LSS DS, Learning and Finance. Bye guys.